Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 most important things that you can do right now to help you lose weight and overall just build good general health. So those are going to be nutrition, sleep, hydration, working out, and doing some cardio. Like obviously those are everybody has their own top 5 or other stuff, but for me those are probably like the most important ones. So starting off with number 1, probably nutrition. Nutrition, it doesn't matter how much you work out, how much you are active and everything. If your nutrition is not good, you're gonna always be feeling some type of like fogginess, like tired or something. Nutrition plays a big role, and and depending on what you want to do in the gym, it's gonna be probably the most important factor. And then second would probably this will probably and this just translates to the second part would be sleep. How often or how much your body can recover from certain exercises or certain activities that you do depends on how much sleep and how like good your body is at recovering from those. So sleep is very, a lot of people say, I can go to sleep at 1 and wake up at 6 and I feel good. Yes, you might feel like that, but it's also like internally, how long can you keep that up? It's not good, and then other factors start, it degrades your health because you're not recovering the like fully in that short amount of span. Third, cardio is probably the third one because you want to be active, you want to be moving around, even if you don't have a, especially if you have a job that doesn't require you just sitting down at a desk all day and all you're doing is sitting down. You get off of work, you come home, you sit down even more. You want to be active. Cardio is very important for vascular health and other aspects in your life. You want to always be moving or try to move the majority of the time whenever you have time. Go for a walk, go for like a run necessarily. People find cardio to be more like intensive and everything, but it's like it's not really anything. It's just being active. Go play some ball, or like I said, go for a walk, or play with your dog, or find something that's, it can be something low intensive. It doesn't have to be like running or anything. It could be something like swimming. Go swimming around for like 30 minutes or something. And then fourth would be working out. Working out is very important. Now it depends on who you're asking. These could be moved around and everything, but working out is probably fourth for me. Well, I'd probably put it over cardio, but working out would be, going to the gym at least. And I feel like a lot of people get the misconception that you need to go to the gym like consistently to see results, and it's no. As long as you play in the factor of nutrition, sleep, and a little bit of cardio with some working out, like those are really all the ones that you need, really. And you're pretty much set to start trying. It will take you a lot longer though if you go once a week compared to someone who's going like 3 times a week, or compared to someone who's going almost like 5 times a week. They're going every day or more days, and you're only going one. So kind of just depends on how much you're able to. Everybody has time. Even 30 minutes is doing something. Just it doesn't have to be like an hour to 2 hours. No, it can be like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like anytime that you have an in between that you can do a little workout sesh, perfect. You can split it up. There's different ways, but that was number 4. And then number 5 is hydration. You want to stay hydrated. And then there's different ways to stay hydrated for long, or stay hydrated. And that would be, electrolytes are very important. If you're gonna work out and everything, you wanna, or if you are always outside or being super active, you want to stay hydrated. You don't want to dehydrate because that's very bad. But those are one of the, hydration is very key, and honestly plays a major key in other aspects and everything. Like all these can come around, but you know come together and everything to, you know, build your physique and everything. Obviously, more some more than others, but every all of these play a factor. And you always want to be hydrated. Now, not super hydrated, but just hydrated enough where you feel good and you know, you're not always constantly drinking water and you know, so but those are the top 5 for me. Most important, you know, to help you lose weight that you could do honestly right now. That you could do right now. Now, it depends on like your habits and stuff, you know, but some of those you can gradually start to shift, you know, like if you usually go to bed at 12, kind of go to bed at 11:30, not a 30-minute difference, but you know, you go to bed at 11:30, then you can be like, okay, well, I can do this at 11, and then you know, kind of just start shifting stuff. Same thing with the working out, or same thing with the nutrition. You know that you eat bad, but kind of start implementing like, oh, I want some chips. Well, actually, let me try to grab this fruit real quick. You know, different ways. You know, just play around with it. You know, find ways that help you out. But those are things that y'all could probably do right now that could, you know, start to make a difference in your life. You know, working out. You know, some people are kind of like iffy about that because they don't really know what they're doing. But you know, you don't. You could do cardio. You know, go for a walk. You know, other stuff, and then the hydration stuff is just drink enough fluid, just enough water if you need it. You know, and then just so there's nutrition, sleep, cardio, working out, and hydration. Uh, These are the top 5s. I probably won't edit this part out just so like you know y'all see like the full concept of how it is sometimes to record and everything. But anyways, those are the top 5. If you have any more questions or if y'all want to see different types of videos and stuff, let me know. I've been kind of slacking, but hopefully I pick it up. But hopefully y'all enjoy. Try them out, and if y'all do try them out, let me know, and let me see any differences that y'all notice or anything. If y'all do end up trying these out, obviously you know everyone's different. So thank y'all for watching.